Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're talking about how to build the best MAC-10 class setup right now in the new season. This is one of the best SMG to use for a lot of reasons. Number one, it has the fastest fire rate, it has an excellent range, and then the recoil as far as how much it kicks vertically is very low, and it has the best overall mobility of every SMG. So obviously building the best class setup as it has the best mobility. The Tiger Team Spotlight improves your movement speed and strafe speed when stacked with the Raider stock, which improves your sprint to fire time and strafe speed. And then the Task Force also improves your range and your strafe speed, which helps where the gun is good. The next obviously thing, you want to use your ammo. And then as far as if you're looking for the best mobility class setup, what I would recommend either is going to be the sound suppressor, or if you want the best recoil pattern possible, you like using no suppressor, using the field agent grip. This right here would be the best overall mobile class. Your movement speed, strafe speed, all this stuff is going to be excellent. If you are looking for the best overall recoil, obviously you're going to take off the Tiger Team Spotlight. You're going to add the agency suppressor, which helps your vertical recoil, obviously range and bullet velocity, in exchange to lower your ADS, which is not by much. So we're going to go through each class setup of attachment, show you guys which ones are the best and why you are building your class setup wrong. So the first one to take a look at, it's obviously going to be the muzzles. With the improvement they made to the sound suppressor, it now improves a lot of your mobility. As far as the actual difference between the two attachments, the agency versus sound suppressor, you guys can see on the screen. The one huge negative in my opinion about the sound suppressor, it does reduce your range by about 45% difference versus the agency. So if you have the agency suppressor on there, you get almost 50% more range than the sound suppressor, which is where the gun is excellent. So to take away where the gun is really good, in my opinion, is a big negative. You guys can obviously see it does have a faster ADS, and does have still almost as good as bullet velocity. And then obviously the sprint to fire time and the ADS, they don't actually help that much. It's very minimal, but in my opinion, the agency is that much better because you do get 50% more range, and you also get a slightly better bullet velocity, and your ADS speed is still pretty good. This is pretty fast for an SMG. So if you look on the screen, you guys will see the actual chart of the difference in range. You guys can see on this actual chart, it looks significantly worse. When I actually, was looking at the numbers, like I said, it was a 45% difference, which in my opinion was a huge negative for the sound suppressor. So for me personally, I'm always going to run the agency. Best bullet velocity, best range, and obviously you get a little bit of help with the overall recoil. Now the next and most important thing to look at in my opinion is a grip worth using? And a lot of you guys watch Twitch streamers or YouTubers, they never use a grip. In my opinion, the grip is one of the most important things to use on the MAC-10. It does have low recoil, which is one of the best things about it. And when you actually look at the recoil on the screen, this is the gun with the Tiger Team Spotlight with no grip, and then this is no Tiger Team Spotlight with a field agent. The biggest difference you will see is the vertical recoil was about 2% difference, which is so minimal you won't notice. As far as horizontal, the side-to-side difference was about 25% better with the field agent. So you go from getting like a straight S to getting a straight line with the field agent, which 100% helped your overall recoil. And for me personally, I love accuracy. I will definitely be using this field agent. Like I said, for me personally, to get the best overall recoil, 100% is needed, and I will definitely be using a field agent grip because after doing the testing, it 100% helped. The next thing to take a look at is the biggest difference in the stocks. So we have the Raider, the Combat, and the No stock. The Tactile stock was nerfed, and the Wire stock, and a lot of people try and recommend it. It doesn't help your sprint out on at all. It's like so minimal you wouldn't notice it, especially on a gun that has a worse sprint to fire. So you guys can see the biggest difference here, the actual improvement. You get an 8% improvement in strafe speed and about 12.5% with the Combat versus the Raider. So when you put it in your best overall class setup, your strafe speed with the Raider is by 80%, with the Combat's about 83%. So about a 3% improvement in strafe speed using the Combat. And obviously your shooting speed, as far as when you're shooting and moving, you get about a 10% improvement with both, which is definitely a good help for SMGs. And your sprint to fire is only about 15% better. On a majority of all the other guns, the Raider stock and the No stock give you about a 30% improvement. On this gun specifically, only about 15%, which is kind of a big negative. And obviously you guys can see as far as the big negative, as far as this range, which one is actually better. The hip fire on the Raider stock was about 60% worse, which in my opinion, I'm never firing the MAC-10 because from on your ADS, it has such a good recoil. So as far as comparing Raider versus Combat, you still get an 80% strafe speed, but the Raider stock does improve the MAC-10 where it's the worst, which is in the sprint to fire category for an SMG. So I 100% recommend the Raider stock. The combat is definitely excellent for straight speed, but it does improve your sprint to fire, which is, like I said, where it's the most important thing for me. So I personally would recommend the Raider as number 1, no stock as number 2, and the combat would be 3rd. The mounted flashlight, the 5mm, and the Tiger Team are the only things to use. As far as the biggest difference versus the mounted flashlight versus the Tiger Team, you guys can see on the screen. As far as this isn't your best overall class setup, as always, with the Raider stock, the Task Force, your movement speed with the Tiger Team is about 2% better than the flashlight, which obviously helps a lot, and your straight speed is about 2% better. In exchange, you get a slightly worse aiming stability, which this is obviously an SMG, so it doesn't have any effect at all. And then when you go through and take a look at the barrels, the only barrel worth using is the Task Force because it improves your range, velocity, and stray speed, while the Reinforced Heavy improves your range and velocity the same amount, but lowers your stray speed 20% worse than that of the Task Force. And obviously with the Ranger, you also get even worse stray speed to get no improvement in range. And like I said, the range is one of the best things about this gun, and so is the stray speed. So you do want to improve both of those to make the gun the best, where it's better than all the other guns. So as far as the barrels, the Task Force is the only barrel worth using. And then obviously the 53 round drum versus the 53 round fast mag. The difference in reload time is like 50 milliseconds, which is not even noticeable. In exchange, you get a 50 millisecond slower ADS, which is huge. So you get like a 2% faster reload time. In exchange, you get like a 30% worse ADS to reload slightly faster. So the 53 round drum mag is the only thing I recommend. The last and final thing to take a look at is going to be the overall time to kill versus the other top SMGs, which are the mid to long range SMGs like the Bullfrog and LC-10. So what you guys will see on the screen is the overall time to kill chart of the MAC-10 versus the LC-10 and the Bullfrog. As you guys can see, it's right in the middle of these two guns. As far as the base range, it's about the same as that of the Bullfrog. The one biggest difference why I think this is better than the Bullfrog is the best mid-range SMG is because in that mid time to kill where they both drop off, it's about 100 milliseconds faster than that of the Bullfrog. And you guys can see where the LC-10 drops off, it's almost as competitive as is good at it above the 25 meters. But in the base range, it's going to kill faster than your LC-10. Then when you take a look at their mobility, this gun is just significantly more mobile than all the guns, which is why I think it's the best SMG. Time to kill wise is okay. It does only take 2 headshots lower time to kill, which is the same as the Bullfrog. Pretty competitive headshot wise with all the other SMGs. But when you take a look at the overall range, in comparison to the Bullfrog, which a lot of players like to use, this is excellent in the range category, excellent mobility category. Time to kill is okay, but all those other factors make this gun a lot easier to win your gunfights. If you can move faster, strafe faster, and you add that field agent, has better recoil than all these guns. That, in my opinion, is what makes the MAC-10 a top-ranked SMG right now in Warzone. And after researching this video, I definitely will be maining the MAC-10. I will get rid of the LC-10, which I was using before. And when you actually play with this gun, the mobility, you 100% notice if you're stacking with like an AMAC, something like an AR, the movement speed is like 20% faster, which I 100% noticed when I was playing earlier. I was getting around very, very fast. So if you guys learned anything new, if videos help you out, please leave a like, leave a comment down below what you guys think about the MAC-10 currently. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you.